Hi guys, welcome to another video. Hope you're all keeping well. Now for this video I'd like to review a Blu-ray, a horror Blu-ray, which I've just watched just tonight. The movie is from 1972 and it was directed by Leon Klimovsky and it stars Paul Naschy, the famous foreign horror actor. And the title of that movie is Dr. Jekyll and the Werewolf. Oh, all I can say, guys, is wow. Oh, I really had a blast watching this movie, and I just had to come upstairs and do a quick review of it. Yeah, really enjoyed it, and this is why I enjoy being a horror fan, guys. When you get movies like this, yeah, a good mix of the Universal and Hammer horror. Okay, then, guys, before I say anything further about the movie, I'll just read you the synopsis at the back as per usual, and I'm just I'll speak more about the movie at length. I give you a rating at the end. Right, so now this is actually the 5th film to feature Spanish actor Paul Naschy as Valdemar the Wolfman. The previous episode, Fury of the Wolfman, had not been well received. Naschy was determined to get the series back on track, and with his next appearance as the Wolfman, he pulled out all the stops. I certainly wouldn't disagree with that. Here, he comes to swinging 70s London, seeking a cure to his malady. Unfortunately, he meets Dr. Jekyll, how convenient, who injects him with a serum that turns him into the lascivious killer, Mr. Hyde. In his top hat and black cloak, Mr. Hyde haunts the flesh pots of Soho, missus, while 2 gorgeous women fight possession of his Wolfman soul. Top grade Euro horror and definitely the craziest werewolf film ever. This includes both the Spanish cut and the really seen export version of the film. So there you go, guys. That's the synopsis for the 1972 Wolfman Mr. Hyde movie. Yeah, Dr. Jekyll and the Werewolf. Oh yeah, what a movie, guys. Yeah, I think this is one of the best horror movies I've watched this year on the Mondo Macabro label, and got some great special features there, guys. If you want to use your cameras and take those special features in. Includes an interview there with the late great Paul Naschy himself, yeah, and there's some stills, guys, from the movie. Sorry about the glare, guys. There you go. Okay then, guys, I'm going to speak at length now on the movie, and as I say, I'll give you a rating at the end. Oh yeah, really enjoyed this movie. Yeah, there was not one single boring moment in this movie. It reminded me, it was very reminiscent of the old Monster Bash as well. Universal used to churn out, in the 40s and that, in the 30s, and it had a good sort of like nod to the Hammer movies as well. So I got the best of both worlds there, guys, being a Universal and Hammer horror movie junkie. Really enjoyed it, yeah. And I've got to say about the cinematography, guys, that already did a great job, guys, with this this transfer. Great shots of swinging London in the 1970s, and 2 gorgeous women and that, and a great actor, great iconic actor, horror actor in the form of Paul Naschy. He plays both parts, with equal skill in this, guys, yeah. Mr. Hyde and the Wolfman, yeah. I really enjoyed this, guys. I'm going to watch it again soon with the commentary. If you're a Paul Naschy fan, you haven't got this in your collection, I strongly urge you to get yourself a copy. I love this. I really did, guys, being a great fan of the old school horror, Frankenstein, the Wolfman, Dracula, all the famous monsters, what sort of like, basically like a base for all the horror movies that came from those great classics, what the horror movies, what we got today. Really great. And this is sort of like movie, like it's unique because it's got like 2 monsters under one body. It's got the Wolfman, and it's also got Mr. Hyde all in the one body of, of the main protagonist, the Paul Naschy character, whatever his name is, Valdemar Kladaminski, I think his surname is. But yeah, great movie, and I think this is one of Paul Naschy's best monster movies he's ever made, yeah, so many things I liked about this movie, guys. The story was good. I love the part at the beginning where they go abroad and that's like, I think it's Romania, and they encounter these hostile peasants and villagers and that, and you got the castle, you got the creepy castle on the hill, all very reminiscent of, as I said, of the old school horror, the Universal monster movies and the Hammer monster movies and that, but really great, yeah. And so many great scenes in this, guys, yeah. And the part when Paul Naschy's character he comes back to London, and of all people he goes to for a cure, Dr. Jekyll. Well, actually, it's not Dr. Jekyll himself. It's a descendant of Dr. Jekyll, and he's got this clinic like in London and that, and he promises like what he's going to do. I won't give too much away of it, guys, in case you haven't seen it. But what this Dr. Jekyll descendant is going to do, he's going to inject Paul Naschy with this sort of like serum that was originally, you know, the original serum from what his grandfather used when he turned into Mr. Hyde, you know. But what he's going to do, he's going to inject him with the serum. But when he injects him with the serum, the doctor reckons like the two sides will start fighting each other. You know, the lycanthropic side, the Wolfman side, and the Mr. Hyde side. And he's got to sort of like, it's a bit of a risky operation, but what he's going to do, what he intends to do, to make them both cancel each other out, basically. So Paul Naschy's character is cured. Quite an original concept, guys. You know, in a horror movie like of this nature. But yeah, and all hell breaks loose, guys, once he goes into the in Dr. Jekyll's clinic, because you've got this like Dr. Jekyll's got this female assistant. And she's helped him for the last couple of years and all his experiments and that. You know, she's even sort of like on the dark side of his experiments, like, you know, use human guinea pigs and that. And she gets jealous because Dr. Jekyll fancies the blonde girl in it, you know, who's Paul Naschy, who's sort of like in tow with Paul Naschy. And she's sort of like jealous and that, you know, because she's his mistress as well as his nurse. And she starts being a bit deviant and that, you know, she's sort of like, he's basically a tracer, really, you know. So you've got that character as well. Oh, yeah, she's a real nasty bitch, evil, backstabbing bitch. She is literally a backstabbing bitch. Yeah, I'll say more about that. But, oh, yeah, guys, yeah, I love this movie. And this has sort of like made me want to seek out more Paul Naschy movies of this kind, because I know he's made tons. I did have the 2 Paul Naschy box sets a couple of years ago, but there was most of the movies and that, there was more bad ones than there was good ones, so let that go. But oh yeah, this is if I can find more movies of this, you know, such a high enjoyability factor, you know, I shall certainly be building my Paul Naschy movie collection up. I'd also like to get a book about Paul Naschy as well. Yeah. But back to this movie, guys. Yeah, lovely colour, as I say, great story. I had a real blast with it, a real fun ride, and that, you know. I love the fight scenes as well. You know, when Paul Naschy turned into the Wolfman, very reminiscent of Lon Chaney Jr.'s Wolfman. You know, the same ferocious ferocious visage and that, you know, and yeah, just real bloodlusting menace, you know. And when he turns, I love the part when he first turns into Mr. Hyde, when he's on the operating table, you know, and he's sort of like, his face goes like, his eyes go like as if they're possessed, you know, like he's got like a demon in him and that, you know. It's great the way he portrays Mr. Hyde as well as he portrays you know, Dr. Jekyll. You know, as I say, like, I love the original concept. Like, I think this is the first horror movie, guys, where I've seen 2 famous monsters in the one body, you know, played by the one actor, you know. But so I said it was quite unique in that respect. But oh yeah, guys, I love this movie. Yeah, but you've got to be a fan. You've got to be a fan of these kind of movies, guys. These 70s horror movies to really enjoy it. And as you'll know, if you've been watching my videos, I'm a huge fan of 70s horror, you know, Hammer, and then the Universal movies going back to the 30s and 40s, and this delivered, guys. It was right up my street. This ticked all the boxes for me. Yeah, it's I love, as I said, the way they've recaptured the swinging 70s of London and that, you know, it's really great. Like the colour, you know, the red buses and that. You see the Houses of Parliament, and you've got Dr. Jekyll's clinic and that, you know. Oh, it's great the way they've done it. And there's one particular part, guys, I must tell you about. The part where when Paul Naschy first goes to first attends his appointment at Dr. Jekyll's clinic. He gets into the lift with this rather attractive woman, and they get stuck between floors. The lift suddenly freezes between floors. And the engineers, like, it cuts to the engineers frantically trying to, you know, sort of like reoperate the lift and that, get it moving again. But, they, you know, try as they might, they just can't get the bloody lift moving. And, of course, like, time's ticking by, it's ticking by. And the full moon rises, and, well, we all know what happens, don't we? You imagine being trapped in a lift with a bloody werewolf, you know. But Paul Naschy, of course, he changes and that, you know. And it's not very good, let's just say, for the woman he's trapped in the lift with, yeah. But, oh, yeah, and quite bloody scenes in this, guys, as well, you know. Some quite bloody kills and that, you know. And one nasty strangulation scene involving Mr. Hyde and a girl in London and that, you know. Because it just goes around like like a real dandy and that, you know, and his top hat and that, you know, as Mr. Hyde does, goes around London looking for women and that, you know, it's just like go with and then kill, basically, yeah. But he should have made Paul Naschy should have made like a movie where he played Mr. Hyde right through, you know. I don't know if he did, actually. I think it was just mainly Wolfman movies and other kinds of horror movies, but yeah, to my knowledge, I don't think he made an actual movie where he was Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde right through, but he should have done, because he did a great job, you know. Well, of course, he always does a great job when he plays these monsters and that, you know, guys. But, oh, yeah, it's I'm definitely keeping this one in my collection, Dr. Jekyll and the Werewolf. Really, oh, yeah, as I say, it's like going on a good roller coaster ride and that, or going on a good ghost train ride and that, you know, seeing your two favourite monsters recaptured, you know, via Paul Naschy, you know. But, oh, yeah, I say the girls were beautiful, that two beautiful girls, you know, a blonde girl and the other girl, as I say, who was his mistress and that, Dr. Jekyll's mistress and that. But, yeah, great story and lovely cinematography. I cannot fault this movie at all, guys. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, okay then, guys, onto a rating now. No hesitation whatsoever. I'm going to give this Dr. Jekyll and the Werewolf a full 10 out of 10 because that's how much I enjoyed this brilliant horror movie from the 1970s. Had a real blast with it, you know, and it's got a great rewatchability factor. The makeup's good, the special effects, you know, especially Mr. Hyde, as I said, you know, that evil when he first changes and that, and he's strapped to the bloody the table, the hospital table and that, and he's sort of like trying to get him to at least, you know, free him from his bonds and that. Oh yeah, great, yeah. I would even go as far as to say this is you know, Paul Naschy's greatest monster movie, you know. But of course, if you guys, you know, if you think like there's other better Paul Naschy movies, feel free to discuss in the comments down below. Let's get a discussion going about Paul Naschy. Yeah. Okay then, guys. Yeah. So as I say, a full 10 out of 10 for Paul Naschy's fantastic Dr. Jekyll and the Werewolf. Have any of you seen Dr. Jekyll and the Werewolf by any chance? I know Bryn from Horror Hands has got it in his collection. But yeah, I'd like to hear what you thought of it and that. You know, did you love it as much as I did? Oh yeah, guys. Oh yeah. A very pleasant hour and a half spent tonight, guys, watching this classic monster movie from the 1970s and that, and actually on the edge of your seat as well, you know. And I just loved the vibes it gave, you know, sort of like the vibes of the Universal Monster Bashes night, you know, Frankenstein meets the Wolfman. And I watched a bit of the interview with Paul Naschy, and he says like Frankenstein meets the Wolfman from 1943. It was a big, you know, a big favourite of his, you know. He liked the character. He liked the character of Wolfman because he was the most human of all the monster movies. Like, you know, he sort of like had the human side to him, which made him which gave him depth and made him more interesting. Yeah, so there you go. Okay then, guys, I'll round the video off now. Yeah, so yeah, really enjoyable movie, Dr. Jekyll and the Werewolf. I'm definitely going to be seeking out more Paul Naschy movies. Okay then, guys, that's it. Oh, I hope to be back this Thursday with another Alan Scouser live stream, 8 o'clock. You know, so, you know, feel free to drop in and let's get a good discussion going about our favourite movie genre, horror. Okay then, guys, I'll see you all this Thursday on my live stream. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now.